pick.
What's the title of the video? Whoops. I think it's only snippets, dude. Okay, how about we just play this song?
What's the name of the video?
I said it was like top 10 YouTube videos.
Go back to live dashboard.
Close that door. Hey, how's everyone doing today? Let me get the webcam on. Hey, turn on this light here. Perfect. Hey guys, it's the market roundup with Snay. We're going over the news and some technical analysis and even Q prices today. For Bitcoin and all your favorite altcoins. So, keep that live chat going. If you guys have any questions, I do read the live chat, so let me know. Yeah. All right. Let's see. All right. Okay. I don't understand Spanish, so you guys are gonna have to speak in English or. I'll have to Estamos Esperando. I don't know what that means. So, Bitcoins está muy loco hoy. I think that's the Bitcoins are going crazy. Is that right? I don't even know. But let me know if you guys can hear me well as well. Just shoot me a thumbs up or something. If you can hear me well. And the live chat. I think I'm fine. Yeah, think I'm done. Let me see this. Let me see this. I don't know what that means. So, Bitcoin system. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Let's go through this. All right. So this is the Bitcoin chart. We drew this a long time ago. So we will continue looking at this chart that we did draw. Let me actually look through this. Yep. All right. So we are good to go. So, all right. So Bitcoin. Sorry about that. Just having some technical difficulties. All right. So we drew this chart a long time ago. This is the Bitcoin price line, or this red line right here is the Bitcoin hard fork that we've estimated. You know, no one really knows when the hard fork is, except there's a block number, but you can't really specify the time because all the block times are kind of random. You know, they're usually the sentiment is usually 10 minutes long per block, but we'll really see if it is actually 10 minutes or not. All right, so we had this parallel channel going since March of 2017, and you know it stayed pretty true until around the end of October, beginning of November, and we just started to skyrocket, and we started following this purple line. Let's zoom into this purple line, see what it could really tell us here. So it did look like it's keep bouncing off this purple line up until yesterday, where we kind of broke through that line, and right now we don't have any significant support of what's going on, of like exactly any sort of support, because we are hitting these all-time highs. I do expect that we'll start getting some support around the 61 level if we even break through this psychological $7,000 barrier, which I doubt we will. I really do doubt we will. Let's look. So we'll even zoom into the 2 hour here, and we are looking at we have crossed this 66 candle average on the 2 hour, which is I wouldn't say it's very concerning, but it does look like we are headed towards a little bit of a dip here, or even a slight correction here. Let's go to the 12 hour. So if we look at our momentum, this no longer applies, so I'll delete that. So if we look at our momentum, we no longer have that high sell or high buy volume that we're used to seeing. Actually, the last around 36 hours, we've been hitting these large red volume candles, which is not too concerning considering the insane price increase we've had. We hit all the way up to around 75, even close to 76. Huge price increases that we've been seeing. So it is healthy to have these corrections. I don't think we'll dip too far below the 7,000 mark, but if we do, it's still not too concerning. We still have this strong support line going down. Looking at this trend line going from the China FUD, which was when China started regulating these ICOs and banning exchanges. That was around 9/15, so that was September 15th. And we have the strong support line going through here. And again, if you guys want me to review any coins, shoot them out in the live chat. I do read the live chat, so don't think I'm not reading that. So I wouldn't be too concerned. It's not too concerning here. But let's look at the 4 hour. 4 hour is probably one of my favorite indicators here, because I'm a daily trader and I do like to look at what the trends are telling us. And it does look like we are going into a relatively small correction here. I mean, even the momentum is pretty red here, and that's healthy. Still looking like more downside here. Still looking like more downside on the MACD as well. Momentum downside, and the wave trend cross hasn't crossed yet, so we are looking for more downside going through here. We have a support here. We actually probably will have stronger support at 6,100, which actually coincides this other support, which we have around 6,200. If we continue this downtrend. So let's draw a little downtrend sign. Let's actually go into the 1 hour and draw a trend line here of the downtrend. So this is the downtrend. If we continue this downtrend, you know, this is the angle that we're going at. So we're looking at around 6,200 if we follow this, if this actually is a real line of support, which it does look like it, because this is our secondary support line here. And then our third line of support will be that top line of the channel here. That would be at around $6,000 on the dot. And you know, that's, I think we won't go past that, but if we do go past that, our worst case scenario, worst case support line, if we just continue this right down here, is at 43, which is still remarkably high considering you know, no longer 2 months ago we were at 31 during the China flood. So not still too bad, but you know, that's worst case scenario. I don't think we'll ever get that low. Even if Segwit doesn't go as planned and the blockchain is unstable, I don't think we'll ever get that low. Any thoughts on Civic? All right, we'll go through Civic a little bit later here, you guys. Let's go through the big two, which is Ethereum and Bitcoin right now. So I don't see any further downside here, you know, past this 61 mark. But you know, it is good to keep a close eye on this mark right here. And we're already at 7,061. You know, I don't think we'll dip too far below the 7,000. Maybe we'll hit 68 at the lowest. Looking at this downside, you know, and it even looks like you know, we are having a small little correction here, and it even looks like the market wants to correct itself back up to above that 72, 73 mark here. And you know, the 1 hour, it did indicate we hit that mark right there, which is pretty strong at around 4 a.m. Today for that further downside. And you know, and it does look like it's the correction you know, is healthy, and we are looking at these higher and higher red candles, which you know, doesn't look that great, but you know, it's necessary. These corrections are completely necessary. Do you think we are going to go below 6,500? That's what Oscar Vargas says. You know, I really doubt it. I really doubt it. We have a strong support line that has been, you know, which we've been building upon. You know, even going back here since September 5th, or September 15th rather, during the China flood. So I really doubt we'll ever go below 6,500, but it is possible. It is absolutely possible. And if we do start breaking these support lines or these walls, let's actually go to Coinigy and actually look at these GDAX walls. And GDAX is what I like to use, is because you know, I am in the West here, so, and we are looking at the BTC USD price. So I like to stay consistent here. Let's look here. Yeah, we're having these massive sell walls here, or 29 BTC, which is, you know, close to. Let's look at that. Let's actually look at that. Calculator. All right, perfect. All right, so let's look at that. So 7,000 times 29, because that's a 29. So that's around a $200,000 wall. So $200,000 needs to be pumped into the buy volume in order to break past this wall, and somebody just did that, and you know, we've already gone down to 21, which is pretty significant here. So we will continue. We'll continue to look at these buy walls here, but it doesn't look too terribly bad. Yeah, it doesn't look too terribly bad. I mean, it's still not a bad time to get into Bitcoin. I mean, I wouldn't get into Bitcoin right now. I mean, I've been holding on to my Bitcoins since even before the Bitcoin Gold hard fork. But we're also having these significant support lines here at 70.41. So, you know, this is a healthy correction, and I think we will bounce back. You know, I don't think it'll go below 6,500. That's remarkably low, in my opinion, Oscar. So 6,500 would be, let's draw a line at 6,500 actually. So that's another. So these big numbers, 6,500. I would like to say 6,750 and 7,000 and 6,250 and 6,000. Those are critical psychological levels. Again, is it alt season again? No. No, Christian, it is not alt season yet. It won't be alt season until after the hard fork. There's still a very bullish sentiment here in Bitcoin, so I wouldn't be surprised. But that is your 6,500 mark right here. I don't know if we'll get that low. That is actually it's 60.14. Let's get closer to 65. Yeah, that's remarkable. You know, I don't think we'll ever get down that low. That's breaking past a lot of these low support lines, which we almost have. You know, so I wouldn't be surprised, but I think there's too many speculative investors right now to ever get that low. Let's look at the MACD on the daily. Let's see where we're at right now. So it actually does look like it's waning. The support is waning for Bitcoin. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did have a little dip, but you know, maybe one of these small dips here where it barely crosses the MACD and shoots back up. But let's look at the 4 hour for a more accurate depiction. Yeah, see, we've already hit that little downside going down. So I think we'll recover fairly quickly. I don't think we'll have a major downside. I think the worst case scenario, we continue going down until the 8th, and then there'll be a nice little buy opportunity for all the people that haven't bought in yet around the 8th. That's a scenario I see playing out in my head. So yeah, let's go now. I always try to now look at the ETH USD, so that'll be the Coinbase pairing for Ethereum. And let's go down to cryptosteemit.com. We have this troll box here. So also, you know, you could obviously chat in the troll box, and we have the forums available here, a more centralized location and uncensored location where you guys could chat. So right now we're looking at a price at $298.70. So we've seen a pretty nice decrease here, or a small correction here for Bitcoin at 5%. So not too alarming. Also Bitcoin Cash following suit, not too alarming as well for the 5% fork. 5% downward spiral right now. So Litecoin, everything performing pretty well. Monero performing outstanding today at 20%. Pretty amazing here. Pretty amazing. I'll just minimize the chat room and the troll box right now. So we are looking at Monero at 20%. Pretty amazing here. Down 12%. So EOS has had a massive bull run, and this is a nice correction here for EOS. I mean, I'm still very bullish on delegated proof of stake. So EOS, BitShares, Steemit all have delegated proof of stake rather, and ARK does as well. And so ARK is recovering fantastically. You know, ARK is one of my, I'm really bullish on ARK and Komodo rather. You know, they're right next to each other. Stratus, not so much, but ARK and Komodo definitely. Steemit, I don't think Steemit's going anywhere, but I'm not invested in it. I actually pulled out at around $1.20, so not too invested in there. BitShares, holding my bags onto there. Singular DTV, so Singular is, this is actually a nice crypto here. I don't see it, you know, fluctuating that hard. You know, obviously there was some really good news here for Singular DTV. Actually, let's click on the hot storage feed and see what's happening with Singular DTV to make that 40% price increase. So Tokit. So they actually did have a major release here on Singular DTV for you know, in the critical roadmap objective here. So Toolkit is here. I do remember reading about this, so congratulations to everyone who held onto their Singular DTV. I was an investor at the time, but you know, still very nice bullish movement here. So not the most amazing volume, even for that bullish movement at $4 million only for the past 24 hours, but incredible price increases here, 40%. So Factom as well, $16. Factom is you know, a prediction market. I don't know what's going on here, but probably some nice marketing, some nice PR going on down here. So let's look. What about PIVX? Do you think it's possible that altcoins are ready to hit bottom and don't correct until the fork? That's completely possible, but let's continue going through the top 100 for now. Nothing too critical here. Actually, where is PIVX? I did not see PIVX here. Number 33, down 5%. I'm not too bullish on PIVX, never have been. I would just rather invest in Monero, in my opinion. Just ring signatures. Monero's specific technology, which is using ring signatures, is actually the most secure method if you are looking at these security tokens. So ATM chain coming out of kind of nowhere here. Yeah, wow. Okay, so I actually have never heard of ATM chain, but this $241,000 into 24 hours is absolutely dismal. So I don't like to I don't like to trade anything with that low volume. But you know, if you are a holder, congratulations. And I'll say that for Power Ledger, that is incredible here. We are seeing those $18 million in the 24 hour, 40% up, almost 40%, 38.96% up. That's amazing. That is pretty amazing. Let's see. Let's keep going through here. Steamer data coin. So I don't know about that, guys. That's looking pretty iffy here. I've never heard of that. Loopring's pretty nice. That's a pretty new coin as well. With that 800,000 volume, I still wouldn't touch that until it at least hits 1 million. Grotesco, I'm gonna have to do more research on the Grotesco coin or Grosso coin, or I don't even know how to pronounce it, guys. But yeah, it's I definitely want to do my research there. It's picking up in volume almost every time I see it. So yeah, and since this has been coming up more recently, let's look at Vertcoin. So we're at that 369 mark. But let's go through the first. So Crypto Rocker asks about Civic. I'm bullish on Civic. I mean, I do love that you know, identity theft protection and your identity on the blockchain. I do love that from Civic. So let's go ahead and look through it. So Civic Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart here. Let's look. Let's actually pull this out to the daily. Gives us a little bit of a better view here. Actually, there's actually not that much data, so we'll be going to the 4-hour. Wow, lots of downside here. Lots of downside here. Let's look at actually the daily. Let's look at the daily first. So the MACD looks like it crossed not too long ago 11.2 on the daily, and it looks like oops, sorry about that. Looks like it's going to cross again, which is a nice indicator that we have hit a bottom or a false bottom or a false top here, or rather RSI extremely low. This is getting to the 31, 32 mark here. Downward side here. We did hit a buy signal on the wave trend, still looking really low on the wave trend here. So we're gonna zoom in here to the 4-hour here. Yes, hitting the really critical levels of support, and one way you could indicate support right here is let's look at right there. So anytime it tries to hit this level, it kind of bounces back up, which we've done it once, twice, 3 times the charm right there. And we'll continue to look at historical averages here. The history isn't too prevalent here. You know, this is some of the lowest levels we've seen at Civic, for Civic here. Yep, Righteous Capo, I will get to you. I will go through the coins you did mention. So actually, let's look at the Q prices here. I would Q at Let's actually look at the hourly. Maybe that'll give us a little bit of a better. Oh, that's not what it's supposed to be. All right. So that is pretty critical support here. I would queue even a little bit lower here. Doesn't dip too far below that, so. Yep. Q at 0.000337, and I'm not a financial advisor, but just looking at the technicals of this chart, you know, looking at this hourly, you know, it does look like we'll probably have further downside here on the hourly, but on the 4-hour, let's look at that. Yeah, it looks like you know, the volume really isn't there, guys. Like, I like to look at volume as an indicator of strength here, and it doesn't look like we're doing too well here. So I think we will have further downside. So this is my, let's make that nice and big. This is my Q price. That's what I would be queuing at if I was to buy this. I'm not going to be touching this, touching Civic, because I'm not exiting my Bitcoin positions. But if you were to buy, this would be a nice little Q price right here at 3,700 rather, or let's see how many satoshis that is. Yeah, so that's 3,700 satoshis. That's what I would queue in at. Let's keep going down the list of your guys' favorite cryptos. PIVX and VTC ADX. All right, so let's look at Vertcoin. This Vertcoin, it's been performing pretty outstanding. So we're not going to be looking at the Bitcoin pairing, guys. I won't be looking at the Bitcoin pairing anytime soon. Because it's just too unstable. It's very, very, very unstable. So let's draw some horizontal lines here, indicating support. So whatever that is, let's delete that. Let's delete that. And we will also draw a extended ray here. So that is the downward slope of the signals here going on, or the chart right here going on, and this is pretty critical support here at $2.84. Let's see the MACD. MACD not looking too good. Not the explosive action. I do expect that we will cross fairly soon. Bullish volume, or the momentum rather, squeeze bear momentum waning as well. I would not be touching this coin anytime soon. RSI falling, which is good because it does indicate it's a little bit oversold. I would actually pull this out a little bit. I mean, I'd be surprised to see if it really. This does look like a descending triangle here, so I'll be surprised if we do break past this slope, and we'll save this, and we'll make sure to look back up on here. And my Q price for this would be non-existent, because I would not set a Q price for this. I wouldn't touch this coin until after the fork. This is a little bit tied to the Bitcoin Gold and the Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin in general, so I wouldn't be touching Vertcoin as of right now. So, yep. And MACD doesn't even look that strong. It does look like it's going to cross soon, so I wouldn't be touching that. So if you guys want me to review any of your coins, I will, and I'll be setting Q prices for anything that does warrant that. But let's see. I would set a stop loss here at 280. Yeah, I would set a stop loss here at 280, but this is the critical support's at 284 here. So yeah, guys, I wouldn't be touching Vertcoin right now, especially with this downward angle. I never said to sell Vertcoin ever. I was holding Vertcoin. My stop loss did hit. My stop loss hit around here. So it did hit around 416. So I do expect further downside for Vertcoin. So let's keep an eye out on the charts, guys. So let's look at UBIC. Not too big on UBIC, guys. I'll just tell you the truth. We'll look at the dollar indicator, because if it does have a dollar indicator, the better. Let's draw some horizontal lines of support here. I don't know why it keeps shaking like that. That's interesting. Alright, I want to draw it right there. Right here. So yeah, that's a decent level of support here. So we broke past it, and we were kind of riding on top of it right now. So yeah, I mean, this is not looking too good for Vertcoin. I mean, sorry, for UBIC right now on the dollar indicator. So it does look like we tried to cross down, but we never quite did. Let's look at the daily for a better overall picture. It does look like we are going to cross again soon. So if I was to buy UBIC, let's see. Let's see. Let's draw an extended line here on the trend line. So this is the thought process. I'm trying to teach you guys, to get the mentality of a trader, and don't over leverage your position here. This does look like a decent buy time right around here, but I think let's see further downside. Let's look at that, guys. All right. Nope, that is not correct. That is not correct. Don't look at that. So I would say 1.004. That's it. That's the dollar. That's the dollar. Actually, let me 1.04 USD on the dollar indicator. That's what I would be looking at if I was the Q for this. The daily looks. So we're on the 4-hour. The daily looks like it may cross again on the upside, so that's always looking good for UBIC. I don't really know much about the coin, but let's see what the recent news is for UBIC. This is cryptosomniac.com, and let's see. UBIC Smart, check out Coin Profit. This is the official UBIC account. No, just kind of nothing really relevant here. November 4th, Cryptotech is looking to sponsor. Looking forward to Moscow and how to install it. No real big news here for UBIC. UBIC on the ledger, which is obviously very nice. We love the ledger here on this channel. Let's see. Is Vertcoin will eventually be useless? Dump it. Yeah, maybe. But let's look at the Bitcoin Gold price chart here. If it is even up on Coinigy, I don't think it's up on anything else. Let's see, Bitcoin Gold, and it was on Binance as well. So let's look at the wow. Okay, well, that doesn't look good on the first indicator here. So Bitcoin Gold on October 24th it started. So not too much data that it could give us here. Doesn't look that great though, to tell you the truth. But it's such little data that it's very hard to perceive here. That's a long road to travel down here for Bitcoin Gold. So Vertcoin, let's look at the Vertcoin. Let's look at that FVTC, and we'll look at it on Bittrex because Bittrex is, I think, one of the most legitimate exchanges out there. Looks like it has very strong support walls here at that 5,000 mark. Yep, at that 5,000 mark, it does have that 5,000 satoshis. That is, it does have that very strong support right there at the 5,000 satoshi mark. So it doesn't look like a terrible investment, but I'm just not a big believer of Vertcoin, so I won't be looking too deep into that. I still did not receive my Bitcoin Gold on Bittrex. My NanoS, is this normal? Yeah, I didn't receive it either on Bittrex. I think they're waiting for the blockchain to actually stabilize on Vertcoin. Vertcoin will hit $10 after December 1st. Okay, so that is very speculative. So let's actually look into that. So Vertcoin, and then I think it was Litecoin and Bitcoin, and there was a chart out there that, or a diagram rather, that was really nice. There it is. Okay, so we'll just zoom into here. Okay, let's zoom in here, guys. Okay, so the launch date 2014. Pretty. I don't know what this is. Don't look at that. We're looking at this here. And every time I try to zoom in, the ad gets bigger. Interesting. Okay, so we won't be zooming in. Okay, so the halvening is actually December 12th. So after December 12th, the halvening usually pumps up coins. That means right now the current block reward is 50 coins per block if you solve the block, and for Vertcoin it will be 25. So the block reward will decrease actually. So kind of a deflationary method for this. So it will be going down to 25. Litecoin right now is 25, and Bitcoin is at 12.5 for comparison. the halvening, yeah, the halvening is a pretty strong indicator there. So, I mean, my stop loss hit at 416 for Vertcoin. So let's look at that again. All right. Let's look at that. For some reason, oh, there it is. Okay, perfect. And this is not the chart I just made, so we're gonna go back to that and we're gonna go look at that on Bittrex, Vertcoin Bittrex. And for some reason my chart still doesn't show up even though I just made it. Interesting. Alright. So let's look at this at the on the hourly or even 4 hour, or let's look at the 2 hour rather. Let's meet in the middle here. Vertcoin, yeah, I mean I do see further downside here. MACD looking very weak on the 2 hour. Let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah, it's looking weak everywhere, guys. I mean, it's continually decreasing. I mean, I don't know about this one, guys. Oh, I'm in BTC. That's why. All right, let's look at the dollar indicator. There it is. Okay, so that's the chart we drew here. And there's critical support here at the 284 on the dollar chart, on the dollar pairing rather. So that's what I would really look at. I do see further downside. It'll be amazing to see if they could break through this support or this strong downtrend here. We're seeing these higher highs or lower highs and lower lows here. So so it is looking like pretty speculative here for it. And we just hit a doji on the daily indicator, daily interval rather. So I do see a further downside here on Vertcoin. But the halvening is strong. So let's chart out the halvening, guys. So let's draw a nice horizontal line or vertical line. There it is, a nice vertical line on December 12th. Whoops. Let's draw one on December 12th. Okay. So we'll continue to look back at this in our future videos, guys. So this is the halvening. I don't expect that green line to. I don't expect us to go back to zero. That is not what this is indicating. But it does look like a descending triangle. And if you do look at just technical analysis of it, but we did hit a doji, so it does look like we're hitting a little bit of uncertainty, a little bit of turbulence into the market. So I don't see this falling too far below the 284 mark. Maybe we'll hit closer to $2, but I don't, that psychological $2 mark, which I don't see it going too far down. So yeah, I mean it's not the best hold right now, but the halvening is coming up, which indicates massive pump. And we'll go into NEO next. Yeah, so NEO is something I'm really bullish on. I actually haven't let go of most of my NEO. Still have thousands of NEO left in my account here. I bought it under $1, so one of my favorite coins here, specifically for my gains. But it's important. It's important as a trader not to get too attached to things that have given you gains in the past. Until you actually withdraw it, or actually use the money, or either withdraw it or transfer it back into BTC or USD, it really isn't. The gains aren't really there. So let's look at this. You haven't locked in the gains rather. So let's look at this. Don't get emotionally attached into a single coin. So let's hide these candle indicators here. So yeah, we are. So that is a line of support that we did break through, that we did draw earlier this year, or earlier this month rather, or no, October. So this is the line we're at. This is the support I guess we'd be measuring up to. We did break through that support, which is very unfortunate for all the NEO holders out there. Let's look in the 4 hour for a little bit more detailed view here. But yeah, this is looking terrible for NEO. MACD looks kind of iffy here. Buy signal looking still kind of iffy here. This is a very long-term hold. I would not be selling this anytime soon, but I would not be buying. I think we could see some further downside here. Let's look at that. Let's look at a trend line here. Let's make it extended so you don't have to draw it too far out. Wow, that's actually not that great of a trend line. Okay. That's actually much nicer. And we'll push that up to the tail, the wingtips of the tail. And it's so glitchy sometimes, TradingView. I don't know why it keeps doing this. So, let's zoom in here. Try to get it more accurate here. Oh, see, like, come on. Come on, I just want it to be right there. That'll have to do. It is touching the top of that line right there. And we are hitting the shadows here of this candle here. Wow, that is a massive candle. That is a massive doji right there. Indicating uncertainty, neutral pattern if you're looking at candlesticks. Okay, so DJ Soma, you asked about NEO. This is what I'm looking at right now. Descending triangle forming. MACD not looking that great, but let's look at the more long-term view here. So we have hit that on the daily. We are hit further downside, and it's looking to try to pump back up. So I would wow. So let's map out everything, guys. We're gonna draw a vertical line here on the 15th to 16th. So that is the hard fork, and wow, that is indicating we're gonna hit support and our hard fork almost simultaneously. So do you know what this means, right, guys? Let me just draw a massive upward. Yes, everything, you know, the stars are lining up here. So on the daily, so let's look at this at the 4 hour. And our arrow has completely disappeared because I don't know why. All right, so this is our arrow here on the 4 hour. So we drew this trend line, and we're drawing this on the 16th or 15th to 16th, this vertical line, which is the hard fork. And so we're probably just going to be bouncing around in this little triangle, and we're going to be zooming back up. This is a nice little breakout mode probably for NEO, the NEO BTC chart. So let's even draw this out on let's draw this out on MACD. So we'll probably angle down here, and then we'll probably, oh wow, that is terrible. Let's Control Z that. Probably angle down here, probably further downside, and then we'll probably hit an MACD cross here, closer to the hard fork, and that's what I'm predicting. That's what I'm predicting for the price movement. We're going to be zooming up here, guys. That's exactly what I predict. I think NEO will have better gains than LTC by far. LTC, you know, has been waning as of late. Let's look at that LTC price movement. And we're going to be looking at Coinbase LTC price movement. So we drew this a while back, looking at this this diverging triangle right here. Doesn't even give us much indication of what's going on. You know, let's look at the volume here on the daily. Yeah, we even drew that, you know, descending sell volume. So let's draw another vertical line for the 16th of November here. So that is the 16th of November, the predicted hard fork of Bitcoin, which is a very strong indicator. Let's actually look at Bitcoin, what Bitcoin's been doing compared to Litecoin. Yeah, Litecoin kind of waned off here after the China FUD, and ever since we hit that 66 candle average right here, 66-day average in this case, we haven't really been seeing too much for Litecoin yet, which is, you know, nothing too much of concern, but we have hit that solid $55 mark here. Let's look at the lines of support here for Litecoin. You know, we may hit the MACD cross on the bottom of Litecoin, but probably not. Probably not. Let's look at that horizontal line. Yeah, I mean, there's just not much support here at all. I mean, I think we could even get down to, let's look at that, guys. Let's look at that. $45 mark. Yeah, I can completely see us hitting that $45 mark, which is a little bit low, very, very low. Let's actually look at LTC, the BTC chart. I don't specifically like looking at the LTC BTC chart, but I guess the time's call for it right now. So let's look at that. So we drew support here. We thought we were seeing a double bottom here and then shooting back up, but we didn't see that. So it's looking more of a head and shoulders formation forming right now, which is very concerning for us. We did break through that support. Wow, this does not look good for LTC. We might see a nice little bounce back here, but again, the technicals don't really show us much. Well, we'll draw another vertical line just in case we come back to it in the future, in our future videos here. So we'll draw it around the 15th, 16th here. That is the estimated time of the hard fork here for Bitcoin, which we will see maybe some price action for Litecoin. I definitely think Litecoin will bounce back a little bit. But let's get back to the indicators here. So yeah, bots and algorithms, you know, do manipulate and target the market pretty hard here. But I don't see you know, it being too bad. I think it's more market sentiment here. I think we are hitting this bearish sentiment for the altcoins, but Bitcoin, I think we'll still stay above that 7,000 mark. That's just my opinion here, guys. Wow, this is looking not too good for Litecoin. Yeah, wow. Okay. Let's look at that. Maybe we'll cross this. Just maybe we'll cross this on the daily, and maybe we will see that greenish, that green sentiment, that bull sentiment coming back. But I think we'll see further downside up until the 11th, and then maybe we'll shoot back up. So maybe that's what I'll say. Q at 51.20. That's the price. That's the price I'll probably queue in at. If I was to queue in at all, I'm not going to be purchasing anything in the recent light of events for Bitcoin. So that's exactly what I would queue at, 51.20. I think we'll see further downside of Litecoin. I don't see it going anywhere. It doesn't look. The volume just doesn't show me. The volume isn't blasting off it as I was expected, but we're hitting these low levels of volume, which is concerning, very concerning. So yeah, anything else you guys want me to look at? You know, we'll be winding down here soon. But yeah, guys, if you do like the content, you know, give this video a thumbs up. You know, like this video, thumbs up this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Take a look at cryptosoniac.com. This is exchange page, news, everything pretty much crypto related, right, in one place here. And we have a troll box that we have been seeing coming through here. So wow, yeah, that's pretty hilarious. The Saudi Arabia billionaire prince actually was you know, not ridiculing Bitcoin rather, and now is now arrested for money laundering, which is pretty hilarious. And Bjork only available with cryptocurrencies. Wow. Okay. Well, Bjork would do that. Bjork. I don't even know how to say it anymore. Whatever the Icelandic language is there. Icelandic pronunciation rather. Bitcoin continues to gain usage for retail purchases. Yeah, I mean, I think everything's looking good for big cryptocurrencies, and when we come out of this hard fork, we'll see a you know, a pretty nice sentiment coming back. Let's see. Can you check out NAV? Yeah, NAV. Okay, let's check out NAV here for you guys. NAV, BTC. Okay. I was invested in NAV, and I got a little bit hurt by the China FUD, and you know, and then I waited for it to recoup, and then I sold off almost everything, you know. So I did buy in a little high, and then I waited for it to recoup, and I sold off almost everything right here. But it is a nice project. I do like the project. There's no doubt about that. Let's actually look at NAV, BTC, Bittrex. Okay. Actually, does NAV have a USD price indicator? Yes, it does, and we're going to be looking at that. So let's turn this off for Coinbase, or for BTC Coinbase. Let's look at a 4 hour, a little bit harder. let's look at an extended. We won't be, what is that? That's the second. Let's keep going, zoom in past here. That's the 10th. Doesn't actually look that bad. Doesn't actually look that bad. Let's decrease this line thickness. It's a little too abrasive. Yeah, kind of skimming past here. Yeah, and it's almost coinciding with that little dip here. So it's indicating a nice line of support here. So we are hitting this nice line of upward support here. But let's look at the downward trend. That is not what I wanted. Why would you put it there? Okay. So yeah, we are getting this nice little equilateral triangle going on here, which is a neutral pattern. So it does indicate a small little breakout coming up soon. But remember, all coins are suffering. They're unjustly suffering. All coins are unjustly suffering. So let's draw this out here. That is the price chart here, or the price indicate, or hard fork indication for Bitcoin at this time. On the 11/16, so we will see that, and we are hitting levels of support here. So if I was to get in a good deal here, let's draw this out here. Horizontal line. Wow, yeah, that horizontal line. This is working out pretty decently. Bouncing off that long support of a couple days in early October, and almost bouncing off the same support here of about 3 or 4 days ago. So if I could see this breaking down pretty frequently here. So I would say, that is interesting, guys. That is interesting. What would I queue at? Let's look at the MACD one more time. 4 hours looking downside, looking downwards. Let's look at the daily here. About to cross on the bottom here, so it doesn't look too great. Still a sell signal here on the wave trend. RSI looking flat at 50, so kind of a neutral pattern here. But I do think we'll see further downside here. So I would even get closer to here. So I would say around 60 cents. Q around, let's see, this says 62 cents. I would Q around 61 cents. So don't Q at $51 because that makes no sense. 61 cents. That's exactly what I would Q at. For NAV, I'm not going to be purchasing any NAV before the hard fork. Just a disclaimer, but the charts indicate 61 cents is the nice Q time, nice low price here for NAV. So yeah, again, guys, if you guys like this video or want any suggestions, please comment or do write in the live chat. I do read everything, guys. So again, check out Crypto Somniac. Please like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. Our chat is a little thin today, but yeah, if NAV has news, it is going to lift it. Definitely. I definitely do like NAV. The project it's a decent project, and they do have good publicity. Next week's winning lotto numbers. If I knew, I'd be rich and I'd be not doing this full time. But I do love doing this. This is one of my passions. I love charting and I love talking to you guys. So. If you have any suggestions, this is, I haven't been doing this for too long. I've been trying to do this, once or maybe 3 or 4 times a week, rather. But yeah, if this was dull or boring, I would love to know what your suggestions are. Spruce this, programming a little bit up. But thanks for watching, guys, and stay a Crypto Somniac because the rich never sleep. Oh wait, I completely forgot. Sign up for our newsletter. Pretty awesome report that we made here. Just going through the SegWit 2x hard fork and going through Bitcoin Gold. If you missed that, just showing you the detailed what replay attack prevention really is and why we need it. you know, and it is pretty amazing. And if you just look at the coding for BTC GPU, or you know, whether it be Lyra 2, which is a Lyra 2, Lyra RE rather, is the hashing algorithm for Bitcoin Gold, compared to the SHA, what is it, 256, which we are used to, which is ASIC mining priority for Bitcoin. But do check this out. You know, if you guys do, you know, want to get a little bit more educated, which educated investors are good investors, you know, do check out this little newsletter. It's absolutely free. You know, just go here and subscribe to the newsletter, and you will be getting that, you know, almost instantly. You know, just wait 20 seconds for systems to process, obviously. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it. You know, stay educated, stay smart, guys. You know, stay vigilant. That's the biggest thing I would suggest to you guys. You know, I haven't been trading very frequently. You know, this Bitcoin hard fork has been, you know, making these altcoins unjustly suffer. So check that out, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the programming. Take it easy.